This is 12 gauge aluminum, and this is the most that I'm ever going to cut off, or have so far. Anyway, it's colored brown. That's what it's called. It's really an antique copper look, but there's no copper in it. It is coated aluminum. And this is like 4 feet that I cut off. It's a lot. It's like 1 1/3 meters. But as always, we're just going to start with a cute little loop right here. Whoops. There it is. Maybe make it a little bigger. There we go. There's our cute little loop. You see how cute it is? It's like ridiculously cute. And we're going to make this the body right here. It's just like a nice half of an oval there. Okay. It's a little bit bigger than your largest coin of whatever country you're in. And now we're just going to make 8 of the craziest arms you've ever seen. And we're just going to stretch them out like this. Make it about 3 inches long, and then come back like this. And pinch them a little bit. Get them kind of tight. Right? So we'll go 1. And then make another one. Now these don't have to be perfectly the same length exactly, and we're just gonna have fun with them. You know, they don't have to be perfect anything. They're gonna get really mixed up and messed up. So just keep on. You can pinch this side too if you want the connection part to be tighter, so you have more room. All right, so we have 8 of them here. Now I'm gonna go back, pinch each one a little tighter. I'm going to pinch the connections on the other side a little tighter also. I'm just going to go down and do that to all of them. When you're pinching them, you don't want to slip because you could scratch off the coloring, and then you have the bare aluminum underneath, which is a different color. It's more silver colored. So you want to hold it tight on the end and hold your pliers carefully, and you want to make sure you're getting a good grip. And you go slowly until you get a real hang of it, because you don't want to slip. You want it to be nice. See, that was a little slip right there. So go slower than I'm going even, until you really get a hang of it. And you don't have to do it all in one motion. You can, as you're pressing, you'll start to feel if it's slipping one direction or another, and you can adjust the pliers, you know, to get it more balanced. It's really, if you get it perfectly balanced, you're not going to slip. But slight off balance, and it's going to jump one way or the other, and you're going to scratch it possibly. So anyway, do some of that. Okay, so when you have 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, then you fold them now. You can make them longer than this. I have a lot of, well, I have some left over. But I wanted to overdo it because it's much better to have some left over. You can always use it for something else than to underdo it, and then you have to do it all over again if you make it too small sometimes. So I'm going to stretching these out now. And really stretch them out pretty far. Just fan them out like a nice starburst or sunshine look. Right? You got that? And that right there looks like the coolest pendant. Maybe not the coolest, but definitely a cool pendant, right? You can do one more bend here. Just gonna tighten that. Okay. And now we do we close off the other half of our, what's it called? Oval for the body. Right? Like that. And if you have the body the way you want it, then you're good. But we're going to hammer it now, so we're going to let it be like that, because you can't have any parts crossing when you hammer it. Get yourself a nice hunk of metal. You could steal a baby anvil, or just get an old door hinge and nail it to a block of wood, but just get some kind of metal. Put something soft under it. Some people said like a bag of dry rice, or, you know, whatever. Put a piece of leather or something. But then go down on the floor, something hard. And don't do this on a rickety table or a chair. It's best to do it on the floor. But if you don't want to get down on your hands and knees, get a very solid table, soft underneath, and this hunk of metal on top, and then just get a hammer, any kind of hammer. You can get a nice jewelry hammer, or you can get a dollar store hammer, whatever. I don't know if they still sell hammers at the dollar store. They used to. But you're just going to flatten this out, and as you go down, I'm just putting some napkins under here because I'm not prepared with anything that makes any sense. But you just want to give it some good hits. Hold it firm. You might want to hold the anvil if it's moving around, but just get it to the flatness that you like. This is about halfway there. Try to get it evenly, so however much you flatten it, try to make it look kind of similar all the way down. Once you go all the way down, you can also flip it over and do the other side, or you don't have to. It's totally up to you. But giving it some hammering is going to strengthen it a lot for the next part. So we're just going to do this all the way down. If you do it kind of smoothly, you won't get too many of these little marks, but sometimes the marks add character and it makes it look cooler. It gives it this hammered look. Anyway, so I'm going to just continue doing that, right? And make sure none of the wires cross. If the wires cross and you hammer it, you could make a weak spot that actually breaks the wire. That's why we don't do that. Oh, I forgot. I started hammering half of these. Before you hammer them, you can put squiggles into them if you want. That might be better to do it beforehand. So basically, you can turn these any way you want. You can have them squiggle one way, and then squiggle back the other way. Maybe it's better to do this before hammering. I don't know, I've never done this. Most of these experiments I learn on camera with you. So I'm thinking I should have done most of these before hammering to get the nice, yeah, look at that. That's a nice squiggle. See that? That's a nice squiggle right there. Yeah. Let's do the rest. Oh yeah. See what we were missing? Get that. Sometimes you got to overdo it and then bring it back, and then see if I can still bend them. Yeah, you could still bend them after hammering, so it all is not lost. But doing it before hammering, you might be able to have more control of the curves, get them smoother, get them more interesting. I don't know. Let's find out. Let's do one of these that I just hammered and see. This is so fun. I haven't done anything like this ever. This is just, nope, they bend after hammering. You're good. Either way you want to do it. The important thing is that you just have fun. That's the only important thing. So even if you do nothing and you just drink coffee and watch this video, if you're having fun, you're winning. That's all I say. Right? Still give me a comment and tell me how much fun you're having watching this video, right? Hopefully that was focused the whole time. If not, then you'll just hear my beautiful voice, which is majestic and a reward in and of itself. You know, I'm sure you've already noticed. It is kind of cool when it focuses, though. Maybe I should hire a camera person to keep focusing. That would be cool. I hear that's what professional people do. Look at those arms. This is just so fun. You could make like a wild sunshine pendant this way too, but we have more dangerous and sinister ideas for this guy. So as I'm playing around with these, some of them are crossing already. Maybe it is better to hammer them first, because hammering really doesn't make them too much more brittle. You can still move them quite a bit, and you don't want to hammer them after they're crossing like this. So anyway, I'm learning. As I said, I really don't know what I'm doing, so you guys just got to figure this out on your own. Maybe just turn the video off and see if you can learn it on your own, because I'm probably just going to lead you the wrong way. Okay, I think that's pretty hammered. I did go over a few spots a couple more times, try to get the hammering balanced so it wasn't too thick and too thin in different areas. And it's not perfect. It's far, far, far from perfect. But here is the craziness, and here's the body. Here's the body at the top. So we're going to make that oval a little more defined again. And then there it is, right? That's the body. I'm going to hold that right there. It's maybe, no, I think that's good. And fold this over. And I didn't hammer this all the way down because this is going to be way more than we need. We'll cut this off. Just wanted enough to give that guy a good scarf. And I just got to push him. He might try to, the loop might try to slide up on you. You don't want it to slide up on you. You want to get it good and nice, and you can give it a go around as many times as you want. Wow, I cut it really close. I should have given myself more, but that's going to be just enough to get it around and tuck it. And when we tuck it, we want to tuck in that sharp end, really pinch it good. Make sure that sharp end, there it goes, it disappears, see? Sharp end is gone, I can rub it, nothing scratches me, I'm good. He's secure. He's got a cute little loop at the top of his head. And commence the rest of it. Now we're just going to keep messing with these arms until we get them as squiggly as we want. We're just going to blend them back and forth and hopefully not break anything. Alright, this is kind of a mess. I really don't know how much more I should bend it, or if the aluminum will start to get weak if I keep bending it too much back and forth. So I'm just going to go with this. And now I'm going to bend these arms in a 3D motion. And I really have no idea how it's going to come out. But we're just going to start doing it. Okay? So we're twisting them and turning them and wrapping them around our finger. And I really don't know what I'm doing. But there we go. See? It's looking crazy. And that's all we want. Craziness is our motive and our goal. And anything besides craziness is not what we care about. So bending them in, bending them back, bending them back again. That's craziness for me. I'm finding if I twist them, they get stronger and they tend to hold their place better, but I'm not sure if that's going to work for the entire thing. I'm also finding this head is getting really flimsy. He's kind of moving up and down, and I'm worrying about him breaking, so let's see what happens here. This is really getting worse and worse. Okay, I got the arms too twisted up. I'm trying to untangle them now so you can actually see them as individual arms. And this little head part, he starts slipping down. I had to push him back up. So that concerns me. I think I'm going to get some extra wire and work on the head for a minute. These are 8mm beads, and I'm going to get some 18 gauge antique copper, similar color, almost the same color. But I think I'm going to try to strengthen up his head there. So I'm just going to start at the bottom, at the base here. And situate the wire right in there, and then just start wrapping it to try to get the base of the head to be stronger and to stay in one spot. You already see it's moving again, so we want it. Just try to wrap around here. Scratch that. This thing keeps popping out and it's really bothering me. So I'm gonna start scarfing him. I'm gonna start the wire right up here. Hopefully I can do something to hold him in place. I'm just gonna thread this right through immediately. See if I can hold that in place. And there we go. I think that will stop moving now, hopefully. Pull it real tight. Alright, now I'm gonna just wrap this across the head and try to thread the eyeballs in at some point. And hopefully that will strengthen up this head. I'm totally wrapping it around the eyeball stone. These are 8mm, so it'll stay in one spot. And then I'm gonna just thread the other one right away on the same part and just wrap it around again. Just wrap it completely, crimp it and wrap it so it stays in that one spot. There we go. Those are some cute eyeballs. I'm feeling that. Whoops. You didn't see it. Okay, there you go. Now you can see it. And this one is done. I think this wire is done. I'm just going to wrap it around a few times and make a coil. Okay, it's still sliding, so obviously I didn't solve my problem. So obviously this wire needs to come up here and do something. I guess we'll have to loop it through here. Pull that tight. 20 gauge would be easier for you guys. 18, I just didn't have any 20. And I can do 18 because I'm incredibly strong from wrestling real octopi, pusses, creatures. in the wild, so my fingers are incredibly strong. So I can handle this 18 gauge, but you guys probably want to use 20 gauge is probably better, I'd suggest, for this situation. Okay. Well, now he's like a punk rock because he's got like a little man bun there. That's okay. I hope I'm going to run out of wire. What am I doing? I don't even know what I'm doing with myself. Okay. So the idea was to wrap him around and around and strengthen the head, but like I'm going to run out of wire. So I'm going to wrap this around here a couple times and end it. That's it. That's all I got. I should have taken more. I think I took about a foot. So you want to take about 2 feet of this wire that you're going to strengthen it with. That's it. I am going to make a coil now. There we go. So I'm going to take more of this and try to finish what I started. This time, to be safe, I'm going to try to take about 1.5 feet. And if I have extra, I'll just cut it off because that's what I should have done in the first place. Maybe this time I'll thread it from the bottom, see what happens. Get it up in his shoulders there. Come on, get in there, wire. Get in the shoulders. There we go. And pull it through here. Whoa, yeah, this 18 gauge is really, really not easy to thread. It's not made for threading. 18 gauge is really made for building structure, but I wanted something strong. It's just, this is a little too strong. This is like, you really want 20 for this. If you are going to thread this heavy wire, instead of trying to take the sharp end and thread it all the way through and then create that kink problem, just wrap it and then press it like that and then pull it through instead. That works better. I think I said that on an earlier video, but I didn't take my own advice. See, instead of taking this and trying to go through that way, I'm just going to wrap it and press it through, like make a loop and pull that loop through. That makes it tighter and it's a lot easier. All right, this is starting to look like the mummy octopus. Well, I succeeded in strengthening the head. The head is not moving now. It's really strong. Now, I don't know if I can make some, with what's left of the wire, if I can make some kind of cute little beak right here, because, you know, octopus creatures have this cute little beak. In fact, the beak sometimes is the only hard part of their whole body. They said if they could fit their beak through a small hole, they can squish the rest of their squishy body through that hole. That's how amazing they are. They're one of the most amazing, crazy animals. I think that's the closest I'm going to get to a beak, and I'm happy with that. Maybe I'll double it up with this guy. Okay, I'm finding I really have to twist these arms up like crazy. And the more I twist them up, they're not really that stable right around the base where they all start. So I think I need more of that antique copper to just kind of stabilize right in there. Okay, so that strengthened everything more. So I'm feeling more like this thing is not going to completely come apart any second. But it's looking more messy and horrible than ever. The head is too big, the arms are too small. They're all coiled up kind of cool now, but they are definitely not as big as I wanted. So I'm going to do this again now that I learned a bunch of stuff from this. But I still think somebody might like to wear this because it's kind of funky in a crazy way. And that is what makes it awesome. Just tightening up everything. Just put it on some jump rings, get a nice cord. Bam! Octopus pendant.